Honorable Delma Thomas, Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Kate Lewis, Member of Parliament, St. Andrew Northeast, Mr. Jae Botoni, Director of Member Associations for the Americas, Mr. Jordan Vitoire, Lead of the FIFA Regional Office in Barbados, Ms. Khadija Mars, FIFA MA Development Manager, Mr. Marlon Glean, President of the Grenada Football Association, Mr. Carl Andel, First Vice President, GFA, Mr. Randy Campbell, Second Vice President of the GFA, Mr. Carl Lee, General Secretary, representatives from Caribbean Consolidated Contractors Company Caribbean Inc., Mr. Van Den Houvel, Project Manager, and Mr. Roberto Jacinto, Project Engineer, GFA Parish Directors, Mr. Ken Martin Whiteman, Mr. Ricky Aberdeen, Mr. Ricky Williams, Mr. Lyndon Bubb, Mr. Dwayne Williams, Ms. Kazira Thomas, GFA staff, members, footballers here present, students, well-wishers. Good morning. I am Sherry-Ann Noel, and today I have the distinct honor of guiding us through a truly special moment, the groundbreaking ceremony for the Grenada Football Association's FIFA-funded Technical Development Center. This isn't just another event. It's a historic step forward for football here in Grenada. Did you know that until now, Grenada is one of the few Caribbean islands without a dedicated development center for football? This new facility will change that. It's going to nurture the talent we see on the fields today and pave the way for stars of tomorrow. Interestingly, this isn't the first time that GFA has set sights on making this dream a reality. Back in 2000, right here on this very spot, there was an attempt to build this technical center. For reasons that remain unclear, those plans never came to life. But today, after years of hope and hard work, the GFA is finally breaking ground, turning that dream into something tangible and real. The Grenada Football Association is incredibly proud to mark this milestone in St. Andrew, a place known to have produced a number of our football champions. It is fitting that we celebrate here with the community and people who have kept the spirit and passion of this beautiful game alive. This groundbreaking goes beyond bricks and mortar. It's a foundation for growth in skill, in opportunity, and in the future of Grenadian football at every level. With that said, I now invite to the podium Pastor Samuel Niles of Grenville Pentecostal Lighthouse to lead us in prayer. Pastor Niles.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. Could we stand for prayer? I stand on the protocol established. We are very thankful, Father, for the gift of life. We appreciate it immensely, and we treat it with a sense of responsibility. Thank you for this occasion, and thanks for the opportunity to identify you to us. The plans that have been made, all guided by you, I'm sure. I ask that those responsible will be so dedicated to ensure that it succeeds. And then those who would benefit would show the kind of appreciation and enjoy it and cause it to affect Grenada's sport across the Caribbean and the wider world. And now commit all that will be said and done in your hands and ask your blessings upon us all. I put the enemy to flight and I put him underfoot, that nothing will defeat this purpose. Thy will be done, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remain standing as I invite Kazara Thomas to lead us in the national anthem.
Good morning. Hail, Grenada, land of vows, we pledge ourselves to thee. Heads, hearts, and hands in unity to reach our destiny. Ever conscious of God, being proud of our heritage, may we with faith and courage aspire, build, advance. As one people, one family, God bless our nation.
Thank you very much. You may have your seats. Sports undoubtedly unites communities. It plays a pivotal role in holistic development of our young ones. And at this time, I want to invite to the podium the Honorable Delma Thomas, Minister for Youth and Sports, to share some remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Director of Members Association, America's FIFA, J. Botani, Mr. Marlon Glean of the GFA, other representatives from FIFA, members from the different football association, members of the media, school children, a pleasant morning to everyone. We are gathered, our partners from the Grenada Football Association, representative of FIFA, technical teams, who continue to stand with us in shaping the future of sports in Grenada. Today is a statement, a declaration that Grenada is serious about developing football, nurturing talent, and building the kind of infrastructure that gives every young player a fair chance to dream, to grow, and to compete at the highest level. This GFA Technical Center Phase 0, funded through the support and confidence of FIFA, is proof that when partnership work, nations rise. I want to thank FIFA for the continued investment in Grenada, not only financially, but through their belief that our athletes deserve world-class opportunity. To the GFA leadership, I say thank you for your persistence and vision. I really want to highlight Mr. Glean for his dedication and the entire team, because we could only accomplish small things for ourselves, but when we work as a team, we can accomplish mountains. And we have seen the development of football. In fact, we have even seen competition once again in primary schools as it relates to football, and that is commendable. Yeah. And so we want to commend you all for the hard work, for the dedication, and as you know, we are committed to working with you for the development of the sporting discipline. As Minister, I'm proud to stand with you as we move from idea and design to action on the ground. For footballers, this space is being built with you in mind. You are the heartbeat of the project. We are preparing a home where you can train, develop discipline, build character, and elevate Grenada's presence on the regional and international stage. Because talent is not our problem. Access and opportunity always have been a challenge. And that is exactly what this center will change. As a government, we reaffirm our pledge to invest in youth, to modernize sporting infrastructure, and to ensure that no child with talent feels left behind. This project marks a beginning of a new era, one where Grenada's football development becomes intentional, structured, and sustainable. And with phase 0 underway, we look forward to continued progress through each stage until this becomes fully functional. FIFA standard technical hub. And I know in my discussion with Mr. Glynn, we're going phase 0 right through phase 1 until we have a complete. And I know with Mr. Glynn and his team, we'll have that project with the support of FIFA. Let this moment remind us that progress requires partnership, patience, and purpose. And today, we have all three. So as we turn this tile, we are turning a page towards better facilities, stronger programs, and a brighter future for Grenadian football. On behalf of the Government of Grenada, the Ministry of Youth and Sport, I extend gratitude to everyone who made this project possible and reaffirm our commitment, reaffirm my government commitment to continue working hand in hand with FIFA and the GFA. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister for Youth and Sports, and thank you for the commitment made to ensuring that this facility becomes a reality. At this time in the program, we invite to the podium Mr. Jae Botoni. He's the Director of Member Associations FIFA to deliver remarks. Mr. Botoni.
Good morning, everybody. So I'm really happy to be here for the first time for me in Grenada. We have been talking with Marlon many times for me to visit the island, so I'm very happy to be here. I would like first to greet the Minister of Youth and Sport, Marlon, President of GFA, the football family of the GFA, EXCO member, General Secretary Carl, and also my team here from the regional office of FIFA in Barbados. I would like also to bring the greetings, warm greetings from our President, Gian Infantino, and our General Secretary, that they are happy with this remarkable moment that we are going to live today here in Grenada. This is part also of the vision of FIFA, the vision of the President of FIFA, that wants football really to become truly global. And obviously, today, we are marking the moment in time where this technical center is part of that vision, where we actually reflect that football is becoming also a reality in the island of Grenada. So I would like to start with my appreciation to the government. 20 years ago, it looks like a long time, even for me. I aged not well. But 20 years ago, this land was provided and donated to the GFA. And this is reflection that we are still all together, the government committed to deliver. And above all, prizing as well Marlon for his determination and leadership at the GFA as president, because you are making today what is a vision action. And this is the most important part, when we are putting our actions where our words were before. So having said that, I think we can say that this technical center will be very important for Grenada. It will mark now the true home of Grenadian football. And it will be a place where youth and senior national team, they will be able to compete, to train, and also to dream one day to be at the international stage. And we hope that that day will come soon. So this will be a place that will nurture Grenadian strong talent, what we all know. There are magnificent players that are playing abroad as well. And the team of Grenada did well as well during these latest qualifiers in the World Cup. So, you know, the talent is here, but we need many times to support that talent. So we are starting this project, Phase Zero, with the support of our main flagship program for development, our FIFA Forward program. Obviously, we will say that this infrastructure alone will not be enough. And I like, Minister, that you referred before about the word partnership, because that is key. But partnership beyond papers and beyond words, partnership really to implement projects and initiatives. So we had, unfortunately, the Hurricane Beryl impacted the islands badly, and we need FIFA, GFA, and the government to work together in this partnership to rebuild not only infrastructure for football, but also rebuild hope for these people and these communities, providing a space for these communities to play against, and also ensure that the kids and the youth in those affected areas, they have a safe place to play and to grow. So we call for this partnership with the GFA and the government, and we have plenty of initiatives that we could offer from the FIFA side. We have Football for Schools that is already up and running here in Grenada, in the 2022 schools, but we also have FIFA Arena, mini pitches, that could also enhance the game, but also enhance the possibility for youngsters to actually develop their talent and also have more things to worry playing football than outside playing football, which normally we know that football has these values, this engine, in order to bring kids, you know, out of the things that are bad from the street. So the FIFA programs that we offer, we would like to implement together. We will start today with the Phase Zero. We will together inaugurate this fantastic place, and we hope in few months' time we will see already the first pitches, and then we will see the dormitories as well for the kids and the national teams to train. And also the local football will grow with some matches and competition taking care, obviously always of the maintenance of the location. But above all, we would like to really put a word of belief on football in Grenada, of the talent that you have, and this strong partnership that we want to construct together, Minister, and also members of the football family and President of the GFA. So we are here, FIFA, to make football truly global. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bertini. This ceremony is truly significant. It is important. It is historic. At this time, I would just like you to pay attention to an audio, those of you who are here, and those of you who are viewing on the live, a message sent in by the President of FIFA, Mr. Gianni Infantino. Hope I pronounced his name correctly.
My dear Marlon, dear friends of the Grenada Football Association, of the entire football community in Grenada, I send you my warmest greetings on this historic day on the occasion of the groundbreaking ceremony for the Grenada Football Association Technical Center project. I wish to convey my appreciation and support for this transformative step forward, which will leave a lasting and inspiring impact on your football community and the nation at large. FIFA is proud to stand with you as this long-anticipated project finally comes to fruition, and we are delighted to have committed funding to make this dream a reality. By reviving and continuing this initiative, you have reaffirmed the Grenada Football Association's strong commitment to the growth and long-term sustainability of the sport on your island. Quality infrastructure is indeed essential for high performance, youth development, and engaging the football community. This center will be a key venue for national training, youth development, and regional competitions. Your plans are both ambitious and necessary. The completion of this vital infrastructure will allow Grenada to play a full part with regional counterparts in advancing football development. FIFA is fully committed to the future of football in Grenada, and we wholeheartedly endorse your vision. Congratulations, dear Marlon. Congratulations to the Grenada Football Association and all your partners, including CONCACAF and the government of Grenada. We look forward to seeing the success the technical center will for sure bring. Thank you very much. See you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
And thank you to the president of FIFA for that message. And one of the important pointers he mentioned there is that quality infrastructure is critical. Our next speaker is one that is very passionate about the game of football and the development of the sport here in Grenada. He has shown time and time again that with a focused team and good vision, with the right connections, positive impacts can be derived for the sport. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the podium none other than the president of the Grenada Football Association, Mr. Marlon Glean, to deliver the feature address. Mr. Glean.
Thank you, Sherry-Ann. Good morning. Honorable Minister of Sports, Delma Thomas, Honorable MP for the area, Ms. Kate Lewis, Mr. Jaeb Batoni, the Director for the Americas at FIFA, Mr. Vitor, Mr. Jordan Vitor, the head of the regional office in Barbados, Khadija, also from the regional office, GFA executive members, Mr. General Secretary, players, national team players, staff of the GFA, and all the other invited guests, media, all the people viewing, listening from wherever you are, a pleasant good morning, and thank you for coming out today. I didn't plan a speech, so I'm just going to talk. Jordan, I haven't seen your phone out yet. You know, once upon a time, Jordan's job was to grab the phone whenever I take the mic, but he's got big time now. And he doesn't work for me anymore, so, you know. But it's a very exciting time. This here restarts talks, restarts vision, restarts a dream of having a facility that can provide for the development of our players, provide for the development of our country. This here is just not a football facility. What this is a facility of dreams. This would propel the development of our country. Sometimes we take football and sports lightly in this country. Sometimes we continue to see this as games. So kids go to the park and they play football. They play a game. They do track and field and cricket and basketball, and we see it as a game. But in this modern world, it's much more. Football has become a business. It's become a career. The football business is probably over $400 billion, bigger than most businesses in the world, bigger than the legal fraternity, the engineering community. The football business is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And it's time Grenada steps up and takes its fair share of all these funds that are available in the global market. We continue to treat this game in this country as a pastime where, you know, from time to time, if you have some time, you go out and you watch a match. But what this facility is going to do is provide an avenue for our young boys and girls to start dreaming again. You're going to provide an avenue for boys and girls to see this as a career pathway, to see this as a business. And not just the ones that are playing, but there are so many business opportunities that come from this game. Football has become very scientific. Football has evolved into a very science-oriented industry, business. So now there are so many different aspects of the business that one can achieve. There's so much technology involved. There is so much that a young boy or girl can aspire to than just kicking a ball from one to the other. So we have to provide that opportunity. We have to continue to provide that opportunity for our country, for starting here, our village. You know, when we decided to restart the project here, I had a lot of conversations. A lot of negative things were said about the area. But for me, as I said to a number of individuals, despite the location, what this project is going to do is help enhance not just the community here, not just the parish, but the entire country. We have to continue to provide hope for our young people. We tend to ponder on too many of the negatives happening in Grenada. And sometimes we forget to focus on the positives. And there are so much positives. If you look at our national teams, our senior national team has won the last 6 matches. Our senior men's national team has gone from 174 in the world after about 5 years to today, after the last 2 months or so, we've gone up 9 places on FIFA ranking. So now we are 165, and we just won another match. So there's possibility that we can even go further up the FIFA ranking. And as I said over and over, Grenada is not a 165 country. Respectfully, Grenada should be somewhere between 90, 100, 103. Respectfully, that's where we belong. So when I see Grenada at 165 and 174, it aches me, it pains me, because I know as a footballing country, this is not where we belong. But we've started the process of building back. We've started the process of growing. We've started the process of developing. And we're going to continue to invest in our national teams. Our women's national team starts qualifications for World Cup next weekend. And we play a very competitive, very good Costa Rica. But our women's national team has been transformed. Presently, we have over 14 girls on scholarships in the US. Homegrown local girls are playing football in the United States. And we continue to invest in them. And we continue to support them. Because those 14 girls on scholarships in the US are all part of our national team. So they're coming back next week as local homegrown players to represent the national teams together with the girls in Grenada who's been training for the last year, who's been competing for the last year. No longer do we have these short-term training periods for national teams 2 weeks and 3 weeks before competition. Today, our national teams are training year-round. Presently, our U14 boys are in training. Our U15 girls are in training. Our U17 boys, our U17 girls are in training. Our under-20 boys are in training. So sometimes, you hear that GFA have so much funds, so they don't need any support. Sometimes you speak with sponsors and you hear that FIFA is providing so much support that GFA does not need any support. But we have 7 national teams currently in training. And 7 national teams that are going to be in competition over the next couple of weeks. Our men's national team continues to play every FIFA window. We're one of the few countries in the entire Caribbean that are playing in every FIFA window. Because what we believe is, notwithstanding the cost, our players must be playing. We cannot be competitive unless we're playing and competing. So every opportunity we get, we go play. And because we've been playing, more and more opportunities for us to play further and further abroad are coming to us. We're getting offers from Asia and Europe. You know, we were talking to Malawi and Lesotho about a game this month. Obviously, the cost didn't allow us to play in that match. Uzbekistan. We were supposed to play Uzbekistan in September. Again, the cost of getting there was a challenge. Uzbekistan is in the World Cup next year. And they would ask us to play against them. Malaysia, we were in discussions to play Malaysia and Pakistan. So we no longer, respectfully, looking for competitions close by. We're not looking for matches close by. We've done that all of our lives. Playing St. Vincent and St. Lucia and Dominica and Antigua and Barbados. Now we need to start looking for matches that can better us. How do we play in South America? How do we play in Central America? How do we play in Asia and Africa? The African market is now open up for us. And we're talking to everybody. Everybody wants to play Grenada in Africa right now. And we continue to have those conversations. So our players can compete with the best players around the world. We took the brave step and went to Russia. And we know all the political talks. And I said to them, Grenada is a football organization. We're not a political organization. And we're not going to get involved in the politics of world politics. So we took the chance and we went to Russia and played against Russia's best team, ranked 34 in the world. And we went to Russia with a fully local team. Boys who were playing in the cold for the very first time. Boys who were playing in snow and seeing snow for the very first time. And we competed. We had chances. In the end, they got some goals and beat us 5-0. But we competed. And after that, the entire stadium, a packed Russia stadium in Moscow, stood up and cheered the Grenada national team. And they cheered the national team not because we were Little Grenada, but because we were a Grenada that actually put up a fight against a 34 in the world team. A team that had hosted the World Cup just a few years ago. A team that had reached the quarterfinal of the World Cup just a few years ago. But we competed and we had chances. This game could have gone anywhere if we had scored our chances. So now the world has taken notice of Grenada football. The entire world knows about Grenada football and what we're trying to build and what we're trying to achieve. But we cannot just push the national team and expect us to be sustainable. So we launched our grassroots program, our national grassroots program. And the whole idea is to make every boy and girl playing football on Saturdays. We are very ambitious. And we attempted to get 5,000 boys and girls playing football every Saturday and Sunday. And we got to about just over 2,000. Good start. Was I pleased? No. I think we could have done much better. But what we've done is laid the foundation for what's to come next. So the next edition of our grassroots program, which is fully supported by FIFA and FIFA Forward program. So when we started the program last year, we discussed with Jaya, we discussed with Jordan, that what we wanted to do is to do a pilot project to see where we are, to see how far we can reach in terms of getting all the boys and girls in Grenada playing football. And we got to about 2,200 or 2,300. So the next phase that starts in January, the first week of January, we expect to have double the amount of kids we had this time. So instead of getting 2,300, how do we get to 4,000 or 5,000 kids all over Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique playing football every Saturday? And then we took another step. You know, in Grenada, unlike some of the more developed countries, at the school level is where you can capture every boy and girl in Grenada. Because a kid could be from right here in Baghdad, but may never get to play for a Paradise, which is literally a mile away. Because that parent may not send a boy or girl to training in Progress Park. But that kid is in school somewhere. So we started the primary school football competition after about an 8-year absence. We delivered a primary school football with over 50 schools participating. Now this is Little Grenada. This is a country of 110,000 people. And we have a primary school competition for over 50 plus schools. That is a magnificent step. So now the kids are coming from grassroots into primary school football, and they're competing. And if you watch some of the matches, it's very competitive. And you're seeing some players that from now you can say, in 3 years, you're going to be seeing them at SAS and in GBSS and in Shaper and in Grenville Secondary. And in 5 years, you're going to be seeing them on national teams. We've already started seeing potential. If it wasn't for primary school football, we'd not have been seeing some of these kids. So we've laid the platform for more competition for our young players. And once primary school football takes off, next year we plan to invest much more into primary school football. Every school in Grenada is going to have a uniform donated by the Grenada Football Association. So primary schools will not be using their track and field uniforms anymore to compete. Every primary school is going to have their designated football uniform so that they can compete and look good while they compete in the next edition of the primary school football next year. We're now at the quarterfinals, with the finals to start, or the finals in the next week, I believe. And if you haven't had the chance to take a look yet, today is another quarterfinal. I think Bonnet Government from St. Mark is playing against a school from St. Patrick. If you haven't had the chance to take a look yet, go to the nearest playing field and watch your primary school. I know the St. John's RC School is in the semifinals. Two-time national champion of Grenada is in the semifinals, trying to make it 3 times. But the football is taking off. Is there anybody from St. David, any school in St. David's making it to the semifinals? I don't think so, right? The football has taken off. We cannot hold it back. We have to continue to provide the support. Our women's league. You know, Grenada has 110,000 people, and we have a women's league with 12 teams. Not too many countries in the Caribbean. I'm talking about bigger countries. Trinidad, Jamaica. Not too many countries in the Caribbean could talk about a women's league with at least 12 teams. Not too many. Jordan, Jair would say to you. Every time the conversation of women's competition comes up in the Caribbean, everyone talks about they do not have enough females to play football. So if you go around the Caribbean, everybody's going to say, well, they could do 5 teams or 4 teams. Grenada, who's smaller than most of these islands, has 12 teams playing in a women's league that is going to be on no less than 6 months. We're going to be playing something like 120, 130 matches. And from there, we've already started seeing the effects from the development of the Women's League. Last year, we started the first edition. The prize monies weren't that great. So this year, we've put a significant amount of prize monies for the women's competition. So when we have our prize giving ceremony in January, and the amount is announced for women's football, nobody's going to look at us in disgust as to disparity between the prize monies for the men and prize monies for the women. This year, we've made a significant injection into prize monies for our women's league. And we're going to continue to grow women's football. We've just brought in a women's football coordinator from the United States. And her main goal is to go to the communities, go to the schools, go to the clubs, and grow the girls' game. Her main goal is to get girls out at 8 and 9 and 10 and give them the opportunity to play. Her main goal is to get rid of the stigma that football is a boys' game. Her main goal is to ensure that Grenada can compete at women's football at 8 and 12 and 15 and 17 and 20 and senior national team. So she's here, and she's already started working. And you should be seeing her in every corner of Grenada shortly. She's involved with all of our national teams. But for me, most important is that she's on the ground growing the girls' game. Because you know, in the Caribbean today, there's Jamaica, who are qualified for the World Cup. There's Haiti, who would have qualified for the World Cup. And thereafter, everyone is fighting for third place. So if we do women's football correctly, if we do women's football right, immediately we're third in the Caribbean. Immediately. And then we're competing in CONCACAF. We started at the bottom of CONCACAF in League C. Today, we're in League B because we won our group and we got promoted to League B. Our goal this time around is to qualify for League A so that we can try to compete with the USA and the Mexico and the Canada and the Costa Rica. We cannot dream small. We are as capable, we have the same skill set as any player in the world. What we need to do better at is identifying our talent, developing our talent, managing our talent, and then getting them exposed to leagues across the world for boys and for girls. There are a lot of conversations from time to time about us bringing back players from the diaspora. And I understand. But sometimes we have to bring our diaspora players back. But we should not be dependent. We should not be totally dependent on players playing or based abroad. We should be able to develop players here and give them a competitive chance. We should be able to develop players here and get them as homegrown players into leagues across Europe and wherever else there are proper leagues around the world. But the only way to do that is to develop this facility into a state-of-the-art modern facility, and don't just have a facility for facility's sake, but provide the necessary development and coach education, etc., so that we can utilize the facility and help develop our young people. One of the areas we're struggling in Grenada is coaching. And we must focus on our coaching education. This facility will also provide a venue, an avenue for more coaching education. Because if we have better coaches, we're going to have better players. It's automatic. But we cannot have average or poor coaches and expect better players or better football. So we must continue to grow and develop our coaches and our referees. We've been investing heavily in our referees, and every week, you're hearing they're bashing the referees game after game. But we're committed to the development of our referees. Recently, we had a conversation with FIFA about the development of a referee academy. Jaya was on the call. And we sat with FIFA referee department. And sometime in January, we plan to launch a referee academy to get boys and girls from the high schools at 16 and 17, to get boys and girls from Nulo and TAMCC, to get some of our young men and women who are young teachers, police officers, to get them into a classroom and develop them over a period of time with the support of FIFA. FIFA has committed to providing the necessary support from a human resource standpoint, from an equipment standpoint. And with the support from FIFA, we're going to grow new young referees into FIFA referees. This is the first time in our history we have 5 individuals on the FIFA list. First time. And based on the last assessment we did locally, we sent a further 4. So there's a possibility we can have 9 individuals, 9 officials on the FIFA list by the next couple of weeks or so. And we continue to provide more and more opportunities, because refereeing now is not just a show up and do a game and go home. Refereeing now is a proper career. Our own Rion Radix did Japan, USA recently, and is doing some of the bigger games in CONCACAF around the region. And Rion is our poster boy when it comes to refereeing. But we cannot wait until he gets out of business to try to get the next one. So we have to continue to replace, we continue to develop, continue to provide more and more opportunities and avenues so we can have 10 and 15 referees, and at some point have our referees at the Gold Cup and at the FIFA World Cup finals. The last World Cup, there was one match official from Trinidad at the World Cup. And I don't think that we're not good enough to be there. I believe Rion is ready. And the next generation that are coming are going to be better. So I am certain that we'll see our officials at major competitions around the world very soon. But as Jaya and the minister said earlier, the GFA cannot continue to do this alone. We have to partner. We have to partner with FIFA, with CONCACAF, with government, but also Corporate Grenada. I don't think Corporate Grenada understands the importance of sports in this country. I don't think they even get it. We've gotten gold medals at the Olympics, and everybody takes it for granted. We got a gold medal. We're 110,000 people. And we've gotten a gold medal and a silver medal and 3 bronze medals at the Olympics. 110,000 people. There are some countries in the world with millions of people who've never gotten a medal before, ever. But Corporate Grenada only waits for the celebration. Corporate Grenada only waits for the parade after. Corporate Grenada need to invest and invest now. Because what are you investing in is not just the ability to win a medal or the ability to win a match. When you invest in football, in our grassroots, in our competitions, you're investing in the development of our future. You're developing our country. Football in Grenada, we have about at least 10,000 athletes. If I was a politician, I want to support football. Because in my constituency, there'll be at least 200, 300 football people. And all these under 15 players, boys, girls, they have mothers and aunts and uncles and grandma. So if you support them, they're going to support you back. But sometimes I think we don't get it. Sometimes we take this sport very lightly. This is a life-changing sport. One player. If we ever get one player to the English Premier League, which is realistic, Dwight York came from Tobago and played at Manchester United and played in the Champions League final and won the Champions League final. One player. One player can be a game changer to this entire country. A decent footballer around the world right now makes about 25 or 30,000 pounds a week. Decent. I'm not talking about the good ones. Decent. We've seen them in Grenada before. I'm sure you can look around your communities and count how many great players have grown up around you. How many players you've seen in your villages, in your parishes, around the country, who could have possibly played at any club in the world. I have seen them. Back then, we didn't have the avenues, but we had the talent. If we get one player, it changes the entire landscape of Grenada. Because this kid is going to invest in his street, in his village, in his parish, and in this country. Then no longer do we look for influencers and so-called celebrities with no connection to Grenada to market Grenada. We have our own. One player playing every Saturday in the Premier League gives you millions of viewership. So we need to invest in our young people. Because if we invest in them now, it doesn't take too long. The investment doesn't take too long anymore. Once upon a time, a player was going to another club or leaving a country at 24 and 25. Today, they're leaving at 14 and 15. Yamin Lamar is an example for Grenada to look at. At 15 and 16, he's playing in the World Cup. I am sure somewhere, right across the street, somewhere, there is a Yamin Lamar, there is an Mbappe, there is a Cristiano Ronaldo somewhere, sitting somewhere on the lands in Victoria, in Grand Bras, somewhere. They're sitting there right now, waiting to be identified, waiting to be guided, and waiting for the opportunity to play at the highest level. Because nobody can tell me that we do not have the talent. We've seen it over and over and over. We have the talent. What we haven't been able to do is to invest in that talent and invest long enough so that talent could become a world talent. So, I'm happy that we're here. I'm happy that we're at this point. I'm happy that we are about to start something big. Something big is going to come out of this. Do not take this project lightly. This project is going to change the lives of hundreds of thousands of kids in Grenada. This project is going to create that avenue for 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 of our young boys and girls to play on the international stage. And when it does, you guys are going to sit and remember this day. This day when we provided a facility, a world-class training facility that will help our young boys and girls develop to their fullest potential so that they can compete. I'm happy to be here today. Thank you to FIFA, thank you to Jaya and Jordan and Khadija for all the support in ensuring that we can continue with all the projects in terms of our development plans. Thank you, Minister. Minister and I have been having lots of conversation in recent times about partnering, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful for the support. Thank you to the team at GFA. As I always say, the GFA is not me. The GFA is the group of executive members, staff that comes together daily to ensure that these things happen and make me look good. Because without them, I don't look good. So every appreciation must be directed to them, because through them, I look like I'm doing something. So I'm happy and I'm thankful for all the individuals who have been contributed, all the individuals, the clubs, the players. You know, I'm happy to see some of our national team players here today, some of our female players, some of our male players. Because we should never have this conversation without our players in the room. And that's why whenever we have these club development programs now, we mandate that clubs must bring the players in the room. Because the players are the most important element of this organization. Without the players, we have no football. So we cannot treat the players like just players. The players are probably the most important stakeholder in this entire organization, more important than me. So we have to continue to provide the support that they need. We need to continue to provide the support for some of our students on scholarships, because some of them are getting partial scholarships, and the GFA is chipping in to support the rest. But we need more help in ensuring that all these kids on scholarship, even the kids that get trials sometime, that we can get some more support so that they can travel and be comfortable so that they can perform well. And those that are at colleges so that they can at least get an education. Because we know this football doesn't last too long. And at some point, some of our players have to start looking at different career opportunities and career pathways. So we have to make sure that we can educate our players and provide opportunities so that they can get degrees. So thank you very much for coming. It's a very significant project here, and I'm looking forward to updating the public, updating our football stakeholders as to the progress. This is the first phase. We call it phase 0. And that is just the laying of the foundation for construction. And eventually, you're going to see a modern technical development center that the entire Caribbean can envy, because not just at how it looks, but what's going to come out of it, the players that are going to come out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President Glean. President Glean said that the GFA is not a political organization. He did not come with a speech, but he addressed us as if he was on a political platform. He went on and on about what is happening and what is to come. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the point, the main reason that we are here, and that is for the turning of the sod. And to do that, I would like to invite, make sure I have the correct names. I'd like to invite the Honorable Minister, Delma Thomas, Minister for Youth and Sports, President Glean, and Mr. Botani over to the sod turning site to officially turn the sod that would signify the start of ground zero for the construction of the technical facility. We now head over to the sod turning site. So you can go ahead. So you can take up some of the sword and turn it over. So ladies and gentlemen, what you've just witnessed is the official sword turning for the commencement of the facility, the technical facility by the GFA. So let's get a round of applause again. And we are literally at the end of this very important ceremony, but I want to invite again the GFA politician back to the microphone because he has a very important announcement to make. I'm only speaking about the president.
The GFA politician. I just wanted to inform you that on Thursday at 10 a.m., the GFA and Glenelg we'll be signing a major contract with Glenelg as our major water supplier. It's at 10 a.m. at the GFA office. All the details are going to be announced, but what I can say is that it's going to be a very significant investment from Glenelg into football. Glenelg is going to refresh all of our national teams monthly, and we're excited about the partnership with GFA and Glenelg. On Thursday, we have a press conference to do the signing of the contract, and it's some very exciting times. We haven't had too many sponsors come into GFA over the years for various reasons, and now they're coming. And Glenelg is going to be the official water supplier of the GFA. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President Glean, and we extend thanks also to Glenelg. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a special thank you to all those of you who took the time off to be here with us. We say a special thank you to the Minister for Youth and Sports, the Honorable Delma Thomas, the parliamentary representative for St. Andrew Northeast, the constituency in which the technical center will be constructed, the Honorable Kate Lewis. And also, I would like to especially thank our friends from FIFA, Mr. Jair, Mr. Jordan, and Ms. Khadija. We do appreciate your presence here today. It signifies the importance of football in Grenada and this particular center. To members of the GFA, members of the national team, both male and female, members of the media, the representatives of GFA, and everyone who was a part of this very significant and historic sword-turning ceremony this morning. Thank you so much for being with us, and we do hope that, as President Glean said, as time progresses, we will be able to get updates and bring you back to this very set location in the not too distant future to officially cut the ribbon for the GFA's Technical Center. Thank you very much. I am Sherry and Noel.